Hey there, it's Crystal Lopez from crystalandcomp.com. How are you doing today? I hope you are having an amazing day. All right, so I am going to share with you my recipe for slow cooker beef tips and noodles. And actually, it's really not even my recipe, it's my grandma's recipe. Yes, this is from when my grandmother was still living, her siblings' children put together a cookbook. My grandmother was child five out of five kids, out of five sisters, actually. And the children of all those sisters put together a cookbook with all the family's recipes. And this is one of the recipes that was in that cookbook. And I have been making it for years, but actually, it's been a while since I've made it. The recipe is over on my site at crystalandcomp.com. I will leave a link to it down in the description so that you have it. But I want to show you just how easy this is to make. So, as you guys know, we are a large blended family with 9 kids total, 5 of them still at home. Our kids at home range from 17 down to 6. And I work from home and we homeschool and all of those fun, exciting things. And life is busy. And this is a work day for me. And I am getting dinner in the slow cooker so that it's cooking all day, so that when I'm done with my work day, dinner is done, right? And that's just one less thing that I have to deal with or worry about or whatever, fill in the blank. So I love slow cooker recipes on those days. So you've seen that starts with 2 cans of cream of mushroom, which honestly you could switch it out for cream of chicken if you wanted to, but you are cooking beef here, so the cream of mushroom is really better in my opinion. And then I added garlic and seasoning salt and a couple of other spices to it. You can get the recipe down below. And now we're gonna add, this is just, it's like stew meat or beef chunks, I guess is what you would call it. And we are adding that soup mixture over it, and then we are just going to cook it low and slow all day long. The lower and slower that you cook it, the more tender your meat will be. If you cook it too high, too fast, it will toughen the meat. So the idea here is to let it cook low and slow all day. So those egg noodles, I set them aside just so that you could see them. You serve this over egg noodles and it's super delicious. So now I've finished my work day. It's later in the day. We're going to get water boiling for those wide egg noodles. And while we're waiting for that to boil, we're going to get some other things going here. So now that this is done, we're actually going to add sour cream to it. If you don't have sour cream, you can do, honestly, typically I don't have sour cream on hand, and I add plain Greek yogurt, it would be just as good. But for this particular situation, I had some sour cream on hand, so that's what I added. It's going to make this really, really creamy and very delicious. I'm actually on the phone with, I think, my mom while I'm recording all of this, so just chatting with her while I'm getting dinner done. I always like to take out a little bit of whatever I'm cooking and just taste it to make sure it's good, it's done, it's tender, it's as it should be. So I've also preheated the oven. We're going to get some veggies going in the oven, and actually these are leftover vegetables from a sheet pan dinner the night before, and we're just going to warm them up on a cookie sheet with parchment paper. Parchment paper makes cleanup so super easy. Those vegetables have already been cooked once and they've already been seasoned, so we're just going to put them on the cookie sheet and toss them into the oven so that they can get warmed up. And then we're also going to take a can of biscuits and bake them as well so that we can have some biscuits with our dinner. It'll be really delicious. I'm just using one of my Pampered Chef stones with parchment paper over it because it really does make cleanup so much easier. You're going to notice our dogs are loitering, hanging out in the kitchen. By the end of this, they've all come in and they're smelling and trying to figure out what's going on. What is she cooking in there? All right, so I also have a bagged Caesar salad here. Bagged salads make dinner time so easy, such an easy side. But also in that Ziploc bag, I have some leftover cucumbers that I cut up the night before and put them in some ranch dressing. and we ate maybe half of them, and so that's the other half that's left, and we're just going to put them in a bowl so that that can be an additional side to go on dinner plates as well. They're really yummy, and they've been sitting overnight, so they're really delicious. Nice and cold and very well marinated. All right, that is my salad spinner. That's actually a Tupperware salad spinner, and I love it, but it also doubles as just a salad bowl. And this is pre-washed salad, so I don't have to wash it and run it through the salad spinner, but I'm going to use this to prepare my salad. So we're adding all the different pieces from the bag, and we're going to pop that lid on it and just shake it up so that everything can get evenly coated. So those noodles are just about done. I've gotten the strainer out and I'm ready to drain the pasta. I also have the butter there because I want to butter the noodles so that they are not weird, if you know what I mean. So we're draining them, the wide egg noodles, and we're going to add in some butter and stir them up really good. We like to get the noodles evenly coated. That way they don't stick to each other, and I don't know. It just makes them so much better. If you don't want to butter them, you don't have to. You could also pour in a little bit of olive oil instead and stir that around just to coat them, the noodles, so that they're not dry and sticky and all that. All right, so I'm just taste testing some things. This is the part of dinner where I am stirring things 1,000 times, waiting for the other little tidbits to get done, and you know, just really eager to get everybody fed. So we're just making sure that everything's good to go, making room and space for everything on the counter. I do encourage you, as you are doing all of this and making dinner and you've got these little bits of downtime, you know, kind of tidy up and clean up as you go. I didn't quite have enough time to unload the dishwasher and reload the dishwasher, but if you do have time for that, that's an option too. But if nothing else, at least get all the dishes accumulated into the sink so that you don't have stuff all over your kitchen. But now I'm just going to make plates so you actually serve the beef tips with the gravy over the noodles. So we've got the noodles there. I'm making a kid's plate here. I usually make my little kids' plates every time. The older kids, sometimes I serve them and make their plates, and sometimes I have them do it themselves. This particular night, I was just making lots of plates, and dogs were watching and hoping I would drop something. But you serve, like I said, that the beef tips and gravy actually go over the noodles. We've got the veggies, the bread, the salad, the cucumbers. Super, super yummy. Everybody loved it. It had been a while since I'd cooked this, and it was just so good, and it heats up very well the next day. So there's a plate. That's what it looks like. Super easy dinner, perfect for a busy weeknight. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.